Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to week 17 of King Arthur Pendragon, year 493. Hello!
Hello.
Hello.
How are you all today?
Awesome.
Amazing.
Ready.
Super.
How are you, Steven?
I'm feeling good. I am rested. I had a really awesome afternoon yesterday. I went biking around the old port of Montreal and had really excellent Indian food for dinner, and then watched the first episode of Hannibal again.
Yes.
And it was just it was very, very pleasant.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then today I get to go play more Dungeon Crawl Classics. So yeah, I now know the adventure that my friend is running for us, and it's Caverns of Thracia. So I'm super, super stoked about that. How are y'all? Kira, it's been a little while since we've seen you. What have you been up to in the intervening years?
In the intervening years. Building my real life campaign.
Rad.
Yeah. No, last weekend I went to Portland with my girlfriend, and
Awesome.
I didn't know this. I kind of heard it, but Portland has a lot of strip clubs.
Okay, and that's where you went.
Yeah, but they're so cool. They're hipster strip clubs with 90% women.
Okay.
Who are in them, and you just it's just a normal thing to do, dinner and a movie and then a strip club, and it was wonderful.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Awesome.
Yeah, it was good. If you're in Portland, go check out a cool hip strip club.
A plus recommendation.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
And I wanted to check with the audience and just ask, how is our sound balance between everybody today? I know last week was just a little bit weird. We spent a little bit longer before the show today trying to just correct everybody's sound and get everybody similar. So let me know if there's anything off, and I'll make some quick adjustments.
Yes.
Excellent.
Eric, how are you?
Steven, I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. So a couple things. I had episode 2 of my Mouse Guard game.
Yeah, under the
Thursday.
fallen maple.
Yeah. That was an incredible session. Really enjoyed it. You should definitely, guys, go check that out on my YouTube after the show, because it's super, super, super good. It's just everything that you want from Mouse Guard meets Cowboy Bebop or Samurai Champloo, and it's just it's perfect. So I'm super glad with that in the cast. The cast is Distracted Elf Blue Jay and a little unknown person named Colin. You may or may not have done played of the game with.
Yep.
Who's that guy?
Yeah. So that's fun. I did that. Also, I was out with my game design friends, and I got convinced to try Soylent, and it's really good.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Which flavor?
I mean, I
though?
love food. It's never going to be I can only eat Soylent, but I definitely see that as my breakfast to go after the gym and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Totally.
So it's amazing. It tastes like Chex cereal that's liquefied. Like the cereal, it tastes like Chex cereal, like plain Chex cereal and milk, just in an immersion blender together.
You got the
It's like
the
cereal
unflavored
milk.
one.
Yeah, I got the unflavored one.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if that's really selling it to me, Eric.
I mean, yeah, it's niche, right? I remember as a kid I loved the milk in the bowl that's left over from cereal. So this is just perfect.
Awesome. That sounds thrilling. Cool. Jess, have you eaten anything strange recently?
I mean, yes. I mean, so this past week, I challenged myself to have only Soylent, because Colin and I bought all this fucking Soylent and then never drank it
Because Soylent, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. And it started out as we're so busy and we have all these increased responsibilities at work and life is crazy, and it's like a grab and go thing, right?
Yeah, totally.
If you don't have time to cook breakfast, grab a Soylent and go. But I thought I'd challenge myself and see what happened to me as a human body by having nothing but Soylent, and I made it I made it through Wednesday.
Okay, all right. I was like, oh, you made it through the whole week. That's
I
amazing.
did Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
That's a lot.
And I gotta say, I just felt bad.
Yeah.
Like, I felt really, well, I'm always cranky, but I was like even more tired than usual, and my stomach felt like crampy and weird.
Mm-hmm.
And part of it might have just been because when you drink nothing but these, you're basically vegan, and my diet is like meat.
Yes.
Right.
Like, I'm just gonna admit that I eat a lot of meat. I'm sorry. So that could have been part of it, but I actually think it tastes good. That's the weird thing, is like this pink one, this like nectar-y one, it's like lemon cookies. It tastes good.
All right,
So-
that is selling it. I
It
like
tastes
lemon
good.
cookies. Yeah.
And if you're gonna eat it for like one meal a day, totally good.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, for
But
me,
I wouldn't recommend only Soylent.
my one meal a day is I just like toss some oatmeal in some milk and shake it up with some protein powder, and that's basically Soylent. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right,
actually,
cool.
it is. It literally is. It's yeah.
yeah, but I just love food too much.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. Food is really good.
Food is really good.
Man, I had poke for the first time.
Oh yeah, no,
It's like-
poke is amazing.
My heart.
Yeah,
It's like sushi chipotle, like
Yeah.
just
Yep.
in a bowl.
yep.
It's magnificent.
Yeah.
So like Montreal, it's actually quite difficult to find good sushi in Montreal. Like the sushi places tend to be a little overpriced, and there tend to be lots of like all you can eat sushi places, which like it's never gonna be the best quality sushi.
No,
that's where you
quantity.
go, right, when you want quantity but you don't care about quality. So that's like the most that you can find. There are a couple good places. Like I really like Furusato. Today's cast is brought to you by Soylent Food and Furusato, by the way.
Sorry.
So hit me up. Yeah. So like when there was a poke place that opened downstairs, I was like, yeah, but like raw fish, like in Montreal, it's not that great. And then I went down there and I was like, this is a huge bowl of like the best sushi I can find in town. And it's amazing. So
Yeah.
yes.
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 It's awesome. It's one of the advantages I think of living in Seattle is that how often and frequent places are for like poke or like pho. It just because growing up in Philly, it's like there's a couple like Vietnamese places and stuff like that, but it's mostly Italian. And now you kind of like inverse the proportions on
Yeah.
the West Coast,
Yeah.
and that
totally.
it's just so rare to get good Italian food here.
Man.
Anyways,
America.
we can talk. Let's just do Food Dragon.
I know, right? Food Dragon. King Arthur Food Dragon.
That's really good, actually.
We
New
also
band
haven't haven't talked to the most amazing member of our cast yet,
Who's that?
What?
Kira.
We started.
Oh wait,
by
no, we
talking
totally
about
have. Oh my god. We started with you. We started with the best.
wait. So today's cast is brought to you by Furusato Soylent and Portland Strip Clubs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I did
So-
forget to tell you the best part about the
My
strip
memory.
club.
Okay. Yeah. Tell us about the best part about the
I'll
strip
tell you
clubs.
one more strip club story. It was stripper karaoke. It's stripperoke. And so
So they were singing, or you were singing?
no, so it's normal karaoke night. You go
Okay.
up on stage
Yeah.
and you sing karaoke and you're like off to the side. But the stripper dances to the song that you're singing. And then
That's so good.
the stripper also teases you while you're on stage to try to distract you from singing, but you're not allowed to touch them. It's a strip club. And it is fucking hilarious to watch people try to sing karaoke while being distracted by a stripper while also
Yeah.
strippers sing things like
That's so good.
It was amazing.
I want to do that. I want to do that so bad for one explicit use case of a song. I want to sing "We Don't Have to Take Our Clothes Off to Have a Good Time." There, because I'm a freaking crazy like. It'd be so good.
So like
It'd be
Nitty
so good.
and doing strip karaoke.
Yes.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
It was really good. It was really fun. I
That
love
sounds
karaoke.
awesome.
So,
That's hilarious.
yeah. Karaoke is like weird gaming. It's like you're on stage and you're like entertaining an audience, but it's very interactive. It's like,
Yeah.
everyone's singing along and I don't know, it's kind of like gaming to me.
Yeah, no, I totally see the comparison. Where like you're
Yeah.
you're like doing the work of involving people in your karaoke performance is like it's a real thing.
Yeah, totally.
Awesome. All right, excellent. Let's get started with some Pendragon. It's so funny. Like some episodes in the Great Pendragon campaign are like 4 or 5 pages of super detailed adventures, and then this one is like 2 paragraphs. So we're gonna do some fun stuff today, but it's a pretty chill filler year for us today. So it's the year 493. I wanted to start just by asking the 3 of you to reiterate the descriptions of your characters, because I did that over our Slack channel, and Elaine and Nidian both gave me some really awesome descriptions of their characters. And then Dwinwin, you can be thinking about remembering what your character looks and feels like, while Nidian and Elaine tell us about theirs. So Nidian, tell me what you look like and how you act and everything. You're like super gorgeous with like piercing blue eyes, right?
Yes. So by and large, I'm kind of a little bit scrawny and thin. Like still haven't like exactly been fleshed out, but yeah, I have Heath Ledger's charm and stuff from A Knight's Tale. I have that like plucky young lad look to him, combined with like the finest cream of the crop of San Francisco hipsterdom, followed with now after fighting the giant and stuff, I have a little bit more like handsome, like scarred, like tastefully scarred, chiseled, like Beckham kind of I want to say like charisma and like rigor or like ruggedness to him.
Nice.
I love that tasteful scars.
Yeah.
Tasteful
Not
scars.
not like evil villain guy scars.
Yeah, so
Right.
I'm like
Scars.
half anime protagonist, half like rugged, gritty, realistic reboot protagonist as well.
From literally the movie that opened yesterday.
Yeah. So yep. So I got the best of everything. I'm just the epitome of classic just like traditional society masculinity, I guess.
Yeah. Traditional masculinity without the toxicity.
Yeah.
Actually, well,
No.
there's certainly an element of
It's
that
there.
in Pendragon times for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. And Elaine, you're like super short. I didn't realize how short you were.
Elaine is a little lady. She started out petite. Like she started out with a small size stat before she got ogred. And that situation with the cloak just shrunk her down even more. So she's just this like very small, compact little lady. She's probably like a 1.5 feet shorter than Hrethric, which is a hilarious visual. She has like really long, kind of like simply worn reddish brown hair. Like she doesn't fuss with it. It's usually just like it'll be like half up in the back, or it's just straight up like down and draped over her shoulders or like in her face. She doesn't really care about her hair. But she has this like gleaming silver chainmail. That's like she's very particular about polishing that chainmail.
Yeah. And
her colors are like a kind of like berry wine, that like rich kind of purpley red and dark navy.
So cool.
Oh,
Awesome.
And wolf pelts. Wolf
pelts draped over your shoulders from the wolves you killed, yeah?
Yes, that's important.
Yes. Yes.
So there's like this diminutive woman who's just like covered in furs.
Yeah.
And she's a badass knight, except she's also tiny.
Yeah, exactly.
You linked as like the reference for her actor, the woman who plays the reporter in House of Cards season 1, right?
Kate Mara.
Yeah. Kate Mara.
Yeah, because she's like a petite, and that kind of like small round face, big brown eyes.
Super awesome. All right, and Dwinwin.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember all of my colors and like house things, but I can't remember them. But yeah, I mean, Dwinwin comes from pretty sturdy stock. Her mother was a Justicar, so she's built strong, and so she's pretty probably like medium height, medium build, but she has this like long dark raven hair, like very very snowy and dark, and like as dark as her eyes, very piercing. And she always has her mother's sword. That's definitely of her outfit is like this giant, I don't know, like two-handed ridiculousness.
That's like the executioner's sword, right?
I'm thinking of like Ned Stark's sword.
Yeah, totally Ned Stark's sword. Yeah, it's just like this beautiful like wrought iron thing. I don't know.
Sweet.
Yeah, and I think she's probably she has like nice clothes usually. She's got good, usually probably like dark colors, like dark grays and woolen fabrics and silver pins, like handmade silver pins.
Nice. Are those like made by someone in your immediate family, either Llewellyn or who's your wife?
I don't think I have any craftspeople in my family, but I do have a lot of people that live in my town.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, maybe somebody there.
Nice. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If you have like a silversmith in your manor, like sure, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so there's one final question that I have for all of you to be thinking about. Actually, two. One is I want to ask each of you to talk a little bit about what you think your house is about now that you've been playing your characters for some time. Like, what is Elaine's legacy? What's Nidian's legacy? What's Dwinwin's legacy? And then I want to ask you who you would play if you died. So, Elaine, tell me about what Elaine's sort of like, what's your house about? What's the legacy you're building for yourself? What's your lineage going to be?
Well, Elaine was very poor up until about 2 years ago. So, it's interesting because she has this this pagan spring, right? This like amazing, beautiful, magical spring for Dwinwin. But then on the other hand, she has developed a hatred of Merlin.
Yeah.
Based on previous events, and it's pretty big. And she built a chapel also on her property. So she's got this kind of like dual purpose, like you can go to the spring and worship, you can go to the chapel and worship. It's all cool. Pick your path.
Are you sort of pulled in two directions, or are you trying to embrace both gods old and new?
I'm trying to embrace both. Personally, I'm probably more going to the chapel.
Okay.
Because I'm just like so disenchanted, like literally.
Yeah, right.
Enchanted with Merlin's bullshit, and the fact that the king's bishop, is he a bishop?
Bishop Dubricus, is he the guy?
The guy that like basically saved us from being persecuted.
Yeah. That was Dubricus.
That's kind of my motivation.
Yeah.
So sort of a free thinking house where you're welcome to worship whatever you want. And I would have had a cool unicorn, but it died.
Yeah. Are you starting to become maybe sort of like a knight of beasts, like with the slaying of these wolves and like the building of this animal enclosure and the capturing of a unicorn and things like that?
Perhaps.
We can explore that.
And I have the ornamental garden too. So yeah, I think it's a very like worldly place. I would like it to be more scholarly, I guess. More about like learning the ways of the flowers, tending to the gardens, maybe get some more animals, and just be as learned as you can about the different types of religions in the world.
So these are also maybe the sorts of things that like your children or your siblings might also be interested in.
Yeah,
is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, very cool. Dwinwin, how about you? What do you think about your house legacy?
Well, I've got a lot of kids now, so that's awesome. I think Dwinwin is very much about probably maintaining and creating a culture of family and lovingness, because a lot of her family was not present when she was young.
Yeah, and you reestablished your relationship with your sister, who was Alice. Is that her name?
Yeah, I think that's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, all about kind of building community and good, strong ties. Something about bonds.
Mm-hmm.
And, yes, it's also her family legacy. She's coming from like healers and the Justicar, and healers, Justicars, and pagans. And so I imagine she wants to kind of carry some tradition of that, like some kind of strength of will or something that seems to be a common theme there.
Okay.
Carrying on some kind of pagan traditions.
Yeah, that's almost like a tie to the old traditions of the land that have helped us survive for hundreds of years. Healing, the traditions of healing, the old gods, and then justice. That's really cool. I like that a lot.
It's almost like if the Starks were healers.
Right.
It sounds very similar to the Starks.
Okay. Starks, but healers.
But not so Starky. She's not that stubborn. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Nidian, what about your family name? Because your dad was he was a big deal, but you rode the end of those coattails, man. Now you're on your own.
Yeah, I think mostly what Nidian would be known after. I have the picture of what his great-grandchildren would think of him, and that picture of Nidian is way different than actually how Nidian is kind of now. I mean, the big thing that would be definitely true throughout the time in his legacy would be he's a skilled tactician. He's a battle person. Maybe he was never going to be super notable with a sword or a lance, but he could understand the flow of battle. His classic burn the ship maneuver is going to be forever emblazoned. The other thing I think he because of the ransom of the king, my family started out extraordinarily poor. So the ability of a rise to economical prominence is the big deal for him as well. So he's a little bit of like Alexander Hamilton to him. He's he's like a second-rate general, or like underneath a big general, able to execute commands perfectly, improvise on the battlefield, as well as skilled with money in the purse.
Nice.
So I think those are the two things that he's known for, as well as his undying love.
For the Lady Jenna.
Yes, for the Lady Jenna.
We'll see if her love for you is undying.
We'll see.
Okay, very cool. And just really quickly, do any of you have any idea of who you would play if your character died today?
I'd want to play one of my twins.
Okay. Yeah.
That's good. Twin knights.
I mean, Lady Jenna sounds pretty fun, actually.
But she's a lady.
I know.
Yeah, I know. My son is only 4,
right?
So
yeah,
it's not gonna work.
Yeah,
I guess that's true.
You got another 11 years.
Probably play my squire.
Your squire.
Yeah,
squire.
I would roll Berengar for sure.
Yeah,
Squire Berengar.
Oh, that's cool.
I'd also be open to maybe picking up Chelsea, if that's a possibility.
Yeah. Knight Chelsea.
It's a good one.
Yeah, that would be very cool.
Berengar's a funny guy, though.
Yeah. What's your squire's name, Nidian? Tom? Peter. All right, cool. No reason for asking. Just...
yes.
Just curious. All right, cool. So let's have Elena and Nidian tell us about what happened last year, because Dwinwin, it was dramatic.
Whoa.
Yeah. It was a
So,
little crazy.
Go for it.
Boy.
Where do we begin?
Well, I'm going to begin with the best part. I got married.
Yes.
Everybody. I am now married to my love.
Yes.
Jenna.
And Earl Roderick is very delighted in his new son-in-law.
Aw.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing. I think the other big things that we did for this year as well was this. All right. So I dubbed last week's session called "A Few Good Nights." We were on trial. We were accused of a heinous acts against our king,
What acts specifically were you accused of?
aiding and abetting the traitor Merlin.
Yes, in doing what?
Specifically, the kidnapping of the king's son.
Yes, he stole Arthur from King Uther. Of course, he's not named Arthur yet, but whatever.
Yeah. So,
Cool.
Jess, do you want to finish up the rest of it?
I
I don't want to be the only person who does this.
Well, we like retraced our steps and talked to some of the other groups of knights who actually ended up also being on trial because they saw something happen. We were all called to Uther's court, and they were successfully bamboozled by Merlin. But we weren't. Somehow we were strong enough of heart to realize partially what was going on, and we somehow magically ended up getting away with it, and unfortunately the other knights were executed for treason.
Yeah. So you all ended up like you were in the field, and Merlin was like, "I need you to help me out." He went off. He came back carrying something that you couldn't quite tell what it was, and then he was chased by some knights, and they were like, "Where did he go?" And y'all were like, sort of that way, I guess, maybe." And all of the other knights like attacked the knights who were chasing after Merlin, and so King Uther held a trial against all of the knights who were implicated in slowing down his pursuers, and they were all executed. And you all, Nidian got let off easy because of his father's saving of Uther's life back maybe a decade and a half ago, and the rest of you made your case that you didn't know what was going on. You were sort of like affected by the enchantment of Merlin, and then also like you didn't actually help Merlin out at all. You did not hinder the investigation. So yeah, it was dark times in the lands of King Arthur.
Sounds dark. Sounds hard.
Yeah. Okay, so Dwinwin.
Man.
In the intervening time,
Yes.
in the year 492, you had a solo adventure. So let's go through that.
I did. What was it?
Yeah. Let's see.
Tell me what happened to me.
I'm going to look up and see exactly.
Shall we roll some dice?
Yes, we shall. We shall roll some dice.
My coffee is kicking in. It's good.
Thank goodness. Coffee.
Yeah. Whew.
I also had some excellent coffee this morning. It was delicious.
Like the Merlin of morning drink.
That is great.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, except that Merlin was totally bamboozling. Maybe
True.
Maybe coffee bamboozles.
I do feel bamboozled right now.
Oh my god, where
A little
is
bit,
the
yeah.
solo adventure stuff? I know it's in the appendix.
Solo adventures. I feel like it's like a solo role-playing game. Like I'm about to do something weird and cool. There's nothing wrong with one-player role-playing. There's not.
True. There we go. Solo scenarios. Okay, cool. Okay, do you want to deal with an event happening on your own land, or deal with an event that happens when you are lost in the woods?
I'll take a chance and do my own land, although I do feel some potential peril to my vineyard.
Yeah. Okay, so, Yeah, we are going to determine what kind of year your holding had. So we're going to do that through the Book of the Manor.
Okay.
Actually, wait, I might have done that for you last year. Let me go look at your manor.
Yeah. So, like, what kind of holding, like the total amount or something?
Yeah, like whether you had a bad or regular or normal. Yeah, you had a regular year, so that's good. In the year 492. So, yeah, you had a calamity, and I forget exactly what it was, but it wasn't terribly bad. It might even have been that you rolled a calamity, and then you rolled on the random calamity table. No actual calamity happened.
Yeah, I think that was true because I can't remember what it was either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, okay, so you are dealing regularly with the local commoners this year.
Yeah.
And that gives you a check in folklore.
Okay.
You spend some time reviewing your estate, and so you gain a check in stewardship.
Yes.
And then also you end up sitting in judgment over a conflict between some of your peasants. So roll 2d6 twice.
Okay.
And this will tell us what kind of contestants you have.
2d6.
5, okay. Mm-hmm. A poor old widow.
Okay.
And 6, a peddler.
Oh,
yes.
Swindled.
So these two, the poor old widow and the peddler, they are arguing over a roll 1d20.
Okay. I love how you just roll things to figure this shit out.
Yeah.
I love that there's a list of things that peasants argue about.
Yeah.
Oh.
4. This poor old widow and this peddler are arguing over use of the village's plow.
Okay.
Yes.
That
So
was a neighbor dispute, probably.
So let's see. So yeah, there's a neighbor dispute, and the peddler and the poor old widow, like they're both trying to use the plow, and they both have like very important plowing to do on this specific day, and neither of them are able to come to any sort of agreement. And usually, I think probably the widow's spouse probably died just very recently, like this winter, and this is the first time it's the widow's turn to like take care of the fields, and so she doesn't really know exactly what she's doing. Maybe she needs a little more time with the plow to get used to it.
Sure.
And the peddler is just like, no, it's my day. Like you have to go sign up on our what's like that time tracking site online.
Oh.
We all signed up on the Doodle,
Yeah.
Beatrice. Yeah.
No cuts.
So yeah, that's the nature of the disagreement. So you can either just decide in favor of who you prefer here, Dwinwin, or you can roll a justice check and see if you're able to judge this fairly.
I'll roll justice. That sounds fun.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So test against your justice.
And then I can decide some ridiculous outcome depending on how just I am. I guess.
Yeah.
I'm pretty just. Wait, where is it? Okay.
You're fairly just. You've got a just of 13.
Yeah, I'm just. Just a little just.
Oh, shit!
Not today. Not today, Satan.
You critically failed your justice.
Jesus.
So
How
first,
do I even justice?
gain a check to arbitrary.
Obviously, the answer is
my God.
Thunderdome. And
Great.
walk away.
Work this out among yourselves. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So mark a check next to your arbitrary, and then also tell me what is the least just judgment you can offer these two people.
Oh my God. Okay. The least just judgment is probably. Well, what I was gonna do to be just was be like, hey, since you're so big and strong, peddler, and her husband just died, you should help her plow her fields.
Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm.
She'll get done faster, and then you can have it.
Yep.
So the least just thing would probably be the opposite of that.
So the peddler can sit back and relax, and this poor old widow has to plow both of their fields.
Yeah, probably.
So it's like you asked for more time with the plow. Here's more time with the fucking plow. That kind of thing.
Yes. What? Why am I in such a mood today? What happened?
Yeah, I don't know. That's wow.
Dwinwin got into like some kind of fight.
Oh wait, yeah.
family.
So hang on, your spouses are very upset with you over your dalliance with Sir Zarya,
Oh yeah, 'cause
Oh.
she did.
and I think that stress is just affecting Dwinwin a lot recently.
Yeah, I think so too. And she's just like, fuck your problems. I've got enough of my own. I got enough of problems of my own at home. I'm not your goddamn therapist.
Right. Yeah.
About your own plow problems.
Is this a check to arbitrary?
Yes.
Yeah, I just did that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I see it marked on your character sheet. You took care of it. It's right there.
Do I have to roll it? Is that what you're saying?
No.
No.
You critically failed your
next
dust.
Next year.
Yeah. It's
Yeah. Oh my god, that's so terrible.
We know the result. Yeah, I think every time you've tried to sit in judgment, it has gone very poorly for you, Dwinwin.
I shouldn't say, yes, Steven, let me roll that. I should just be like, let me make it a role-playing decision.
Yep, totally.
It's kind of more fun to roll.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Good. Okay, so, and then your Earl Roderick, or not Earl Roderick, but Earl Roderick's right-hand man. Let's see who that is again. Maybe it's Sir Lycus, actually.
Lycus?
Yeah, let's say it's Sir Lycus, because Sir Elid has died in the battle. So Sir Lycus comes riding into your manor with a large number of attendants. And tell me how you greet Sir Lycus.
Oh gosh, well, I'm in a mood, so I'm probably like, more things I have to attend to this morning.
Yep.
Why today? This is the worst day for all of this to happen.
Yep.
So she gathers up her shits, but and makes herself presentable and fetches her family to greet them and stuff, and they're all grumpy because they're fighting. And
Yep. Yeah.
everyone is frowning as they approach.
So I guess Sir Lycus and his attendants, they enter into your your waiting room or sitting area or whatever, and they begin washing their face with the bowls of water that you offer and things like that.
Oh, sure.
And he's been riding really hard. Like you can tell, he's really been pushing it. He sends his horse to the stable, and your stable hands take care of their horses very, very carefully. Do you want to how do you want to approach the situation? Actually, your hospitality is 16 plus. You might. I think it might be fair to require you to test your hospitality.
Absolutely, yeah, and she would be very hospitable, despite her grumpiness.
For sure.
Where is it?
I believe it's on the stats tab.
Oh, I went to trait soups. Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a passion.
It is a passion, so don't crit fail.
Okay, thanks. No pressure.
Second 20.
Oh my god. Totally.
Yeah. Okay. You're expertly hospitable, despite we can tell that. So there's you, there's Llewellyn, there's who's your wife's name, Lady Adwin. Yeah, of course. And the three of you are standing in opposite corners of the room, holding various. So Llewellyn has a towel and Lady Adwin has a bowl of water, and you've got the rose petals or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And none of you are looking at each other or speaking to each other.
No.
And Sir Lycus is just he's completely absent-minded. He doesn't notice any of this, but the framing of the scene is very tense. So he washes his face and he says to you, he says, Dwinwin, thank you for your hospitality. You have so graciously invited us to eat a meal with you and your family this evening. Let us break our fast, for myself and my knights with me have been riding hard all day, and we believe that we may have yet more of a hard ride ahead of us. But we thank you greatly for your hospitality this evening.
Oh, of course, Sir Lycus. You know that you're always welcome here. Come, let's have some breakfast, and you can tell me all about your hard ride.
Yeah. So you sit down and you start you're breaking your fast together. Do you know what kind of foods you set out for breakfast?
Oh, sure. Probably some fresh baked goods. We've got good food here. So,
Awesome.
And I don't know, eggs or kind of dried fruits.
Yeah, sure. Maybe you've got like the first sort of early ragged crop from your vineyard. It's a small harvest of grapes, but you've still got them. So it's not producing money for you, but you can offer your own vintage of grapes for them to sup on. So that's awesome. Yeah, like some breads and cheeses and dried fruits and fresh grapes. And everybody is sort of like, filling their bellies and washing it down with some wine that you've offered.
Yes.
And he turns to you and he says, the reason for our haste this morning is that the Countess Ellen, Earl Roderick's wife, is heavy with child, and she is moments away from entering into labor. And the king's own midwife has informed us that it is likely to be a very difficult childbirth.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, she is gravely concerned for the Countess, and as are we all. We are seeking someone within the realm who has a healer's natural gift and who is able to serve the Lord in helping his wife bear this child safely and securely. Perhaps you know of someone that you would recommend, Dwinwin.
Absolutely.
Please tell.
Out of character. Who would that be? Because I don't think that it's me. I don't think my healing is that good.
No, you might double check your first aid skill. Actually, I didn't plan this until but then when I looked at your character sheet,
Yeah.
go take a look.
I'm lucky. It's me. Is it me? Is that a good first aid skill?
Well, 20 is basically the max.
Okay, so that's 15. Oh yeah, I totally got this. I've
Yeah.
birthed many children.
Well, you've also got I think one of your family traits is healing related, right? Like
Yeah.
that was the thing that gave you that high score.
Totally, yes. Because I had a history of healers.
Yeah. So do you propose yourself?
I totally do. Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, me and Lady Adwin.
Okay. Sure.
She always aids me in these things, and I'm like proposing this, and she's probably like rolling her eyes.
Yeah. Very icy. Like she knows that it's both of your duty to help the Earl's wife bear this child safely, but she's not terribly happy about it.
Exactly. And Dwinwin sees this as an opportunity. Hey, we can spend some time on the road together. Smooth over, birth a child. This will heal everything between us.
The magic of childbirth. Getting both of your hands all bloody and great.
Yeah, we both love children. This will work.
Yeah. All right, great. So, Sir Lycus, he looks surprised. He says, "Oh, yes, of course. If you and your wife have skill at first aid, and certainly the both of you have borne children in the past, I suppose you're quite intimately familiar with the process. By all means, yes, please. We shall ride immediately back to Salisbury." And
Absolutely. Let me gather my bag and my herbs and my things for midwifery.
Great. Okay, so you gather up your belongings and you go galloping across the intervening distance between what is your manor's name? Baverstock and Salisbury? Yeah, cool. Let's see if we can take a look at what that's like on the map.
That's so cool.
Beak.
Childbirth mission.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, you're going to Sarum, the castle. So you're traveling from over here.
Yeah.
And Baverstock down along this trail, this poor road that leads down to the road that connects Sarum.
A bit of a ride.
Yeah, it's probably an hour or two's hard ride. So yeah, y'all are intense on the road. Why don't you give me a horsemanship to see how well you handle your horse along these roads?
I can totally stay on my horse, no problem. No big deal.
Survey says.
Survey says. Horsemanship. That is under skills, yeah. Yeah.
Show us confidence.
I got this. No problem. Did it go?
It did not. It might just be Roll20 being a little slow. Sometimes it is.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh my God, Dwinwin!
So sorry.
Wow. Okay, so Dwinwin. So let's see. What horse would you have been riding?
Oh my God! It died. died and killed. Oh my god.
So you've got a charger, a sumpter, and 2 roundseys, I think. So your roundseys are like your pack horses, and your sumpter is your riding horse. So you I think in your haste, like you charge out ahead of the group, and the road here, it's so poor that your sumpter just plants a hoof straight into a groundhog hole or something like that, and just immediately breaks a leg.
Poor baby.
And yeah, that's the end of your sumpter.
Yeah.
So you, I think, how is Lady Adwin? How does she react to the loss of your horse?
Oh, gosh, she is probably really upset about it. I imagine that, we both love these horses. So that sucks. Horses are expensive. This is a beautiful horse.
Yep, that's a shame.
Yeah, we're both really down about it.
Yeah. Do you ride with her, like behind her in the saddle, or do you ride behind Sir Lycus, or how do you?
I totally ride with Lady Adwin.
Okay.
Yeah, she invites me probably to ride behind her.
Sure. Do you ride behind her, or do you take the reins?
I'll ride behind her.
Okay.
I don't want to push it.
Yeah. Sure. I think maybe the shock and sorrow at losing the horse, would it sort of soften her demeanor towards you, or would it harden it?
I don't know. It would probably maybe soften it a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of sympathy.
So she sees it more as an accident. This can happen to anybody. It's not my idiot wife Dwinwin and her terrible horsemanship skills. It's
right.
Got it. Okay, cool. That's good.
Yeah.
And you get to spend just a little bit more time, in close proximity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you arrive at Castle Sarum, Earl Roderick, he greets you right at the door. Says, "Dwinwin, have you found an appropriate midwife for me? Is your wife, Lady Adwin, going to help my wife?"
We both are. Actually, I'm the midwife.
I hadn't realized that I had any knights with such a hand with childbirth. But please, come, let us go. She has begun her labor. So yeah, he leads you up to the birthing room where there's a number of midwives already there, sort of with like basins of water and hot towels and herbs and just all sorts of like tinctures and things nearby. And the Countess Helen is, she's having a tough time, for sure.
Yeah. Dwinwin rolls up her sleeves and puts on her apron, and Lady Adwin is doing the same and like laying out the things that they brought, whatever they are. I don't know midwifery things in real life.
Yeah. The smudge sticks and crystals and
tinctures. Maybe like old-fashioned forceps. I don't know.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Some meaningful-looking medical devices.
Right. Yeah. Some serrated iron saw and.
Yeah. Like terrifying-looking things.
And all. Yeah.
Terrifying. It is a fucking horror show. It is like, oh god, like so many people died of childbirth because they know how the fuck it worked, and it's just like, I don't know, here's some witchcraft.
Yep.
Yeah, it was like actually a miracle back in the day to have
totally.
Oh my god.
All right, so you were here, and Earl Roderick is waiting outside because he stepped in and he looked at his wife in the mid process of childbirth, and he actually just like clapped a hand over his mouth and just like dry heaved a little bit, and then he left. He's very disappointing, unable, for this warlike dude who goes and fights on the battlefield constantly. He just can't handle his wife's bedchamber.
Sure.
So you're there alone. It's time for the first aid roll, Dwinwin. Would you like to call on any of your passions to aid you?
Yes, I would.
Okay, which one?
Probably family. That makes sense.
Love of family?
Yeah.
So, like, how are you bringing that to bear?
Oh, well, I mean, Lady Adwin is here, and
yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was with her when she gave birth to our first child. And,
okay.
Yeah.
So this is maybe like remember how it was.
Yeah.
Did you have a name for your first child?
Yeah, I think I named them. Where are my people? No, I didn't.
Oh,
It was a son, though.
awesome. So you're just sort of like bonding with her over, hey, remember what it was like when we had our first son.
Yeah, and we kind of look at each other, and we're kind of analyzing and scanning this woman's body and her reactions, and kind of feeling around, in her stomach, and looking up into the birth canal, and noting similar things, and being like, oh yes, and remember when this happened when you gave birth to our son?
Yeah.
Right. What did we use? It was like this herb, and like that type of thing.
Yeah, I think you can see the Countess Ellen's panic sort of subsiding from her eyes as she realizes she has two very experienced, competent midwives who have worked together before, know the process personally. Like she's starting to feel calmer. So go ahead and roll your love of family, and let's see if you tear off your armor and go running out of the room.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Oh yeah, no, you're great. You feel like you and Lady Adwin, like you like connect deeply with each other's eyes, and you're passing things back and forth smoothly. And she's offering pointers about certain things she's found helpful in other cases.
Yes. Yeah, and in the midst, yes, it's also calming down the woman who is giving birth.
Yes.
Cool. All
so
right.
you get a +10 to your first aid check.
Okay, here we go. This is gonna be fine. Oh my god, I'm so nervous. Do I just add 10? I just add 10. Right?
Yes. You don't have to put the plus, just put 10. Look at that. A 16 out of 25. You nail it. You're fine. So, with your expert care and guidance, Earl Roderick's son is born smoothly and with health, and the Countess Ellen recovers quickly. And you apply the appropriate stitching and poultices where necessary.
Yes.
And everything goes very smoothly. And as you exit the room, Earl's son born in your arms.
Yes.
He embraces you and grabs you by the cheeks and kisses you on the forehead and says,
Oh,
Sir
back.
Sir Dwinwin, Lady Adwin, I would never have been able to handle this without your expert care in these events.
It is both my pleasure and my duty, sir. Please call me anytime.
that's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome.
So let's see. Maybe I can tell you the name of the child.
Oh, cool.
Countess Ellen.
Oh, is there like an actual child name that's in the plot?
I think so, because this is an actual plot child.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah.
You refer to an important child.
Places of importance.
That's so cool. That is probably the most intense birthing scene that I've ever had in a role-playing game.
Nice. You you owned it.
Okay, so did you, Steven. Thanks.
Thank you.
I was like actually nervous.
Yeah.
Let's see. Countess Ellen's son. Pendragon. Oh my god.
Pendragon.
Yeah. Lady Ellen. Family. Yes. His name is young Robert.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice. Yeah, so, Earl Roderick, he christens the child Robert, and he invites you to the christening, which takes place in their chapel, and they baptize the child. And all right. Excellent, beautiful, wonderful. Let us roll for your increases in the year 492, and then we'll see what happens in the year 493. So, great solo scenario.
Yay!
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was so awesome.
Yeah, that was cool.
Check. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you roll a check to arbitrary.
Now I'm just thinking about like a game, like a campaign where you play like MASH, but in fantasy.
Yes.
Dealing with like, I'm burning from chimera acid. And it's like,
Yes.
50 cc's of some mushrooms, and that'd be awesome.
Your arbitrary increases.
So I'm more arbitrary now?
Yes, so to adjust that, you just drop your just.
Gotcha. Oh, goodbye, justness.
Yep, there you go. And then skills. I'm going to give you a check to your first aid for birthing the Earl's son.
Cool. I guess the losing. Oh, 7. So that goes up.
No, you have to go over, in the end of your checks.
Got it.
But you still test your folklore and your. Oh, we should give you a check to courtesy as well for hosting.
Okay. Yeah.
Sir Lycus.
That makes sense. Ooh, stewardship goes up.
Yeah, look at that. Excellent.
Hey. And then what was the last one? Courtesy?
Folklore you also have checked.
Oh, I did that one already.
Okay.
I haven't. Yeah, none of them went up except for stewardship. And it goes up either. No, because that's a 12.
Nope, it's 12. Okay, nice. And then the other thing that you get, of course, is you get to do one of these 3 things for yourself and also for your squire.
Cool.
And I've already done all of your manor tracking, so that's all tracked on your sheet. And then so you'll get to add in the amount of glory that you gain per year. So make sure that you add in the full total glory in the last box.
Oh God.
Okay. And I'll give you an extra 25 glory for birthing the Lord's child.
Yay. So I just add. Say again what you want me to do?
So you have to do one of these 3 things on the background for yourself and for your squire. And then on your glory panel, where it says annual glory rewards at the top, all of that adds up to the total on the right-hand side.
Right.
So make sure that you add the total to your total glory amount. Glory this game is going to be 25 because you gained that for birthing the Earl's son, and you can track that. Yep, you've already got it down there. That's great. Yep. So make sure you add all of that in there, and then you're good to go.
The total glory always trips me up.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Great. Well, it's been about an hour, so let's take a 5-minute break, and when we come back, we'll see the official Year 493 adventure, and then we'll see what happens with everybody. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 5 minutes to resume Year 493. So see you in 5.
Yay!